Welcome everyone. In this video, I will preview the MBT-B, which is a new American Tier 10 reward heavy tank. So the main battle tank B. First, let's go and check the crew of this tank. We have here 4 crew members. The first is the commander, which also has got radio operator skills as well. Then we have the gunner, driver, and loader. The gun of this tank is a 120mm caliber gun. Let's go now and check the stats of this tank. So we have here 420 alpha damage, which can high roll up to 525. The DPM of this tank is really high, 2.9k DPM, which means we have here 8.6 second reload for a 420 alpha damage, which is really good. We have here 10 degree of gun oppression and 20 degree elevation. The accuracy of this gun, here we have 0.33 dispersion value and 1.92 aim time. So the aim time is okay, and the dispersion value is not. It's again okay. It's not bad. You can decrease this to 0.29 even, so you can make this gun to be a more accurate gun. The turret reverse speed is 33.3 degree per second. This means this tank turns his turret faster than an average heavy tank. His turret turning speed is close to be a medium. Keep this in mind. Now the HP of this tank is 2.2k, which is good. Now the armor we have here, this is the hull armor from the front, side and rear. So this means we have here a 200mm frontal armor, but I'm not sure if maybe the lower plate is 200, but the rest can be higher, definitely because how well angled the armor is. Now the side is 90mm and the back is 45. Now the turret armor of this tank, here we have at the front 350mm at the front, 150mm at the side and 40mm at the rear, at the back of the turret, which means in the front we should have 350mm, but it depends, it remains to see how tricky the armor is this, because not all over the place we will have 350mm. From the side 150 and the rear is 45 at the back. Now this tank weighs in 60 tons with a whopping 1100 horsepower. This means this tank will go with 45 km/h forward speed and the reverse speed is 15 km/h. Now take a look here at the hold reverse speed, 46 point, almost 47 degree per sec. This is a medium tank hold reverse speed. This tank turns his hull as fast as a medium tank, which is really interesting, and the turret is also turns fast, which is crazy. And with this horsepower, if you turbocharge this tank, you can go even up with 48, 49 and even 50 km/h, and this tank will reach this km/h. The camo we have here, basic heavy tank camo, and the view range is 420 meters. This is just outrageous, 420 meters view range on a heavy tank. This is amazing. So this tank, if Wargaming will launch this game like with these stats, this tank will blow the game. I mean, come on. So let's go now and check the ammunition loadout of this tank. First we have here AP with 420 alpha damage. The base penetration is 265mm, which is really high, and the shell speed is 1.2k meters per sec. This is faster than a normal APCR, 1150 meters per sec. This is faster than an average APCR shell. Keep this in mind, and it's really cheap, only 1k for this ammo. Now the heat with 330mm, which is really good, with 1000 meters per sec shell speed. That is still okay, definitely good for a heat shell, and it's cost only 4800 credits for a 420 alpha damage heat ammunition, which is good. Now the HE, again, this is on the penetration, it's 125mm of base penetration value on the HE shell, which has a 515 alpha damage. This tank can pan, this tank can pan even the Chieftain on the side, and so many other tanks from the side with 125, and with this, can you imagine how OP is this? With the 1000 meters per sec shell speed, actually fast for an HE shell, definitely this 1000 meters per sec is fast. In average, definitely it's not slow, and it's really cheap, only 825 credits. So let's go now and analyze the armor of this tank. So this is an image from the tank. As you can see, the side has a weird triangle shape, which means he can side scrape, because when this tank will side scrape, the flat shoulder plate should be green and should be penetrated easily. Now it should be, but I don't know how Wargaming will make this armor. If this will be OP, then you will not pan this. But if in normal cases this should be an easy pan, which means this tank will not be able to side scrape. And the upper plate is well angled, rounded, well shaped. So in hold down position, this will be an auto ricochet angle from the edge of the lower plate here, even up to the upper plate. And let's go and check another image from the front. So as you can see, the shoulder plate is flat. The front is really well angled. Now the turret of this tank, it's really interesting if this periscope will be a hitbox or not. If it's just a 3D model, if it's just for the design, it's not a hitbox actually, then it's not a problem. But if this count as a cupola, then we have really big problems. Imagine if this would be a cupola with 200mm protection on this. That will make instantly this tank unplayable. Now here, it's a flat plate. We have here a flat plate below the gun, almost. It's here again flat. If it's that 350mm counts only on the gun mantlet, that is not that okay, because of the rest can be even 300, 250, depends. And here it remains to see how thick the armor is here, and because here is flat, here is also flat, and above the gun is also flat, and it remains to see how good is this. But the top of the gun is not overmatchable. It doesn't look like it will be overmatchable here from this image, so it remains to see. But if this tank will be released like this will be just really OP tank and will break the game. So the conclusion about this tank is it's really good. 420 meters view range is really good. It's fast, ultra fast. This tank turns his hull fast, turns his turret fast, has 1100 horsepower, has good armor, good HP, has good DPM, almost 3k base DPM without anything. It's good. The gun is okay. You can make this gun really accurate if you want. So this to 1.75 aim time and 0.29 dispersion, that's a good gun. 10 degree of gun depression, 420 alpha damage. Then everything is, I just can't find any bad thing about this tank whatsoever. It just looks good. Armor is good. I mean, it remains to see if this tank can side scrape or not. But if these stats will remain to this tank, it will be just an overpowered, and this will break the game definitely. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next upcoming news about this tank.